YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back in Total War Attila, and I forgot to load up my campaign ahead of time. We are going to play as the Huns. I believe it. Oh man, no, I can't remember which one it is. It's this one. I had my own campaign with the Huns where I was kind of just doing some testing. That's the one you saw called the Hunning. I should probably change the name of my save game so they're easier to keep up with. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, hope y'all are excited. I am back in town. And obviously, hopefully you just got done watching my live stream. If not, if it's not up on my channel yet, the video will be up soon. Every time I do a live stream, it gets posted afterwards. A lot of fun stuff going to be coming up for you starting tomorrow and on through the next week, so I'll kind of just give you a taste of it. This next week, we will definitely hit some action in Empire and Napoleon. We'll certainly try and get some Medieval 2 or Rome in there, possibly both, depends on how much time I have. Obviously, you got to see some Medieval 2 on the live stream. Of course, there will continue to be Attila. And then I'm going to try and sneak some Rome 2 online battles in there every now and then as well. Kind of just depends on the availability. And of course, Shogun too. I can do all of this. So really what I'm trying to say is I know next week I'm going to try and focus on getting either an Empire or Napoleon battle out, since I haven't covered those two yet. The live streams will be hopefully continuing weekly as long as I'm in town. And as you all saw today, sometimes I might decide to give away something nice in the live stream. So you might want to join up in the live stream and check it out. You may win something cool. So yeah, and sometimes if I do a giveaway, of course, I will do it outside of the live stream. So just in case you all physically can't join, every now and then you'd have a chance of winning too. But definitely want to try and incentivize you all to show up and enjoy the live stream, because it should make it fun for all of us. So like I said, nice prizes to continue. Trying to think if there's anything else. Of course, some Homeworld this next week as well. I'll keep that going, and as soon as I finish Homeworld 1, which will be several more weeks at least, I will jump into Homeworld 2 campaign. I still want to get some multiplayer on there, and maybe that would be something we should do on a live stream one Saturday. Or maybe we could do that on a live stream on a weeknight or something, since Saturday is probably more of a Total War day, I'm guessing. Because it might be more fun to play the Homeworld multiplayer with people that I guess are familiar with me and stuff like that. Anyway, let's get back into the Hun campaign. It has been a little while since the last episode went up, not too terribly long. But yeah, I basically am besieging Constantinople. It's been under siege for I don't know how many turns. Probably not too terribly long, to be honest. So yeah, I haven't even finished constructing anything, so it's still under siege. We have a decent income. Our armies are built up to a level of some strength. I think I was going to head back north and try and eliminate some of my enemies. I've been using my agents to get at some of my enemies, and obviously to help chevron up some of my units. Since this campaign has started, there has been a patch that released here recently. I looked around for information and couldn't find any. Is there anybody watching this that knows of a surety whether or not you have to restart your campaign to get the full effect of this patch? I'd really rather that not be the case, obviously, but I'd like to know, because there were some things that the patch improved in campaign, one of which was enemy stacks chasing you literally all over the map for no real good reason. So that's something that I was curious about. If you all know, please let me know. I'm going to put this agent into that army when I get a chance, and I've still got 2 spies here. And I thought I had like a priest, a Tingri priest or something like that, or whatever the thing is. Let's just go ahead and end the turn so I can get some movement points back. And I think I'm still training some final units in. But yeah, from an integrity standpoint, our armies are good. We've had some big battles, managed to keep ourselves alive, and we've actually managed to keep all of our stacks alive, which pretty surprising. We've actually got caught in a couple of nasty situations. And some of you would be asking, are you going to show some campaign with one of the new Celtic cultures? I will. We probably ought to finish one of these other ones first. 3 campaigns at once is probably okay because it has some nice variety, but more than that might get a little crazy. And here I'm being attacked by these guys, Grethungians or whatever they are. And they've got 2 stacks coming at me, mostly spearmen. I've got some sword units, as well as a lot of horse archers, and I'm pretty sure I can give these guys a good amount of pain here with this army. And if nothing less, I can just shoot them to death with my horse archers and then withdraw from the battle, so that they take a bunch of damage for just having decided to fight me. So let's see what the map looks like and everything, see what kind of damage we can do. Oh yeah, this would be a good map for my horse archers. Definitely not the fight that the Grethungians, or whatever, however you pronounce that, Gruthian... yeah, I'm going to just call them the Gruthungians. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I don't guess I care a whole big bunch at this moment in time. Looks like... Man, having two screens too, I'm always just like mousing up the screen where I was used to using the screen to turn, but it's probably more efficient to do it with the keyboard. But man, I'm telling you, that's a hard habit to break. I'm so used to turning with the side of the screen. Let's see. Let's kind of pile up some of my cav on the flanks. A couple of these guys here. Let's put my warlord here. And then I've got 3 more melee cav here. And then let's just keep my lancers in reserve. And then we now have Parthian shot on all Hun bow cavalry, which is really fantastic. And that's in multiplayer as well. These guys already had Parthian shot on here, I think, though. I'm going to switch on over to flaming. And there's also a bonus versus infantry now off of heavy shot, which is pretty nice and would probably actually be better than flaming against infantry, unless you're trying to cause some morale blows. So it is possible that flaming from archers will still be best. But there's going to be some enemy reinforcements coming on, no doubt. They're going to try and group up, and it may have been better for me to just YOLO charge these guys, but it would have been an uphill battle and still probably not real smart. There's not really a whole lot of good terrain options here for me, to be honest. Let's just push on up and see if we can lure out and destroy enemy cav units. That's just going to make it easier for us to maintain control of the battlefield. Let's zoom down in on the horse archer horde. Get some horde mode action here. Horde cam, if you will. So we'll be moving up along the flank of the Gruthungians. You can see them over there. Attila does have some nice graphics. There's a few things about the game right now that irritate me. That is absolutely for sure. But I really do enjoy the campaign on this game, probably as much as I've ever enjoyed any campaign in Total War. But like I said, there's definitely some things that I wish they would work on. So I don't want you all to take that as to mean like, Air says it's perfect, I'm buying it and it's gonna be perfect. No. No, not what I was really saying. Where are the enemy reinforcements coming from? Over here, maybe? Yeah, the AI is just turning their spearmen to face my cav, because they don't want me outflanking them. And I don't want to get too close to these guys, to be honest. And I don't know what kind of block chance these guys have either. It may not hurt to just switch over to heavy shot, try and take some armor-piercing hits, or put down some armor-piercing hits on these guys while staying out of javelin range. Yeah, definitely a shorter range with the heavy shot. But yeah, the AI is not wanting me to get around their flank with the horse archers, so let's just come mess around with some more. Just keep them moving, it's going to give me better shots into them anyway. I'm going to keep my horses on skirmish, and I'm going to go ahead and go on to fire at will and just start. You can already see my guys kind of skirmishing backwards from this horde of enemies. Oh yeah, we're getting kills right away. Enemy horse archers are firing at me, but it's okay. There's just one group, and AI is not likely to use them particularly well. Just keep our distance from enemy javelins is really my main concern. Oh yeah, we're getting some nice heavy shot here. We are killing a lot of enemy spearmen. Let's go ahead and pull off a little bit. We're getting chased by enemy cav. Switch to flaming shot and get the enemy cav lined up for destruction here. We'll go back into fire at will, and my guys are on skirmish mode. Oh yeah, that is going to wreck these mercenary steppe raiders. Don't get yourself caught here. Really do wish they would do some work on skirmish mode. It hasn't worked great for quite a while. It actually used to work fairly good on Rome 1. I don't know about Medieval 2. Didn't play the game enough to really ever find out. Okay, yes, I meant to stop. I guess once they have a volley loaded, they just continue. Man, my horse archers are going to be able to cause some extreme damage to the enemy forces. I have a lot of ammo here. I have 20 more volleys. And we're already causing a great deal of damage. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the heavy shot on because we're getting a bonus versus infantry. And again, we're kind of nearing javelin range for some of these units. Definitely don't want to get into javelin range. And this is, I mean, this is seriously just working like a charm. I mean, we are going to put a serious amount of hurt on the enemy infantry before the battle even begins. And all these spearmen are really probably my biggest threat, just because they can continue to chase cav, and they have a lot of javelins. So the more of them I kill, that's the fewer javelins that are going to hit my infantry, and the fewer javelins that can hit my melee cav. So we are just going to sit here and just let these guys have it. I'm going to actually sit still for just a second if I can, let some of my cav get rested. They're very tired. So I'm going to sit still and let my guys just catch a breather while firing, because none of the spear units with javelins are very close to me. Noble Germanic Swordsman, which is a fairly well-armored unit, is even it's taking considerable damage to the horse archers. And like I said, at this point, I could actually just withdraw all my troops from the battle. In fact, I may do it. I can sit here and horse archer these guys to death, withdraw my troops from the battle, and if they pursue me, then I get all my ammo back. Look at that, man. Just wiped out a Noble Germanic Sword unit there. Let's quit toying with them. Oh, getting attacked over here. Let's keep an eye on our army, because the enemy army is actually getting closer to us now. My steppe tribes people, I thought they would actually do really good in this fight, but they're getting destroyed. Oh, it may be my own javelins that were coming in and doing it. Yeah, that's probably the explanation. Got steppe spears coming towards my cavalry, I think. Let's just keep my cavalry at a distance over here. Let the enemy infantry kind of fall in. There is a lot of enemy infantry, and it's coming in quite haphazardly. Ooh, those javelins. Man, the javelins off those spearmen just murdered like 30 of my men. And even more now. The javelins are really bad for me. Very nice for the, whatever these guys are, Grithungians or whatever you want to call them. Let's bring all my cavalry over here, and let's start focusing on one flank. And if I lose some tribes people elsewhere, you know, it'll kind of just have to be the case. Let's get my general through here. I'm losing tribes people. They're just straight up losing the fight. We probably ought to just train different infantry. They appear to be fairly worthless. Let's bring our horse archers up and do some work. We're getting a route going over here. Let's just start pulling in behind the enemy units. Same thing, let's bring our warlord in over here and get some rear charges. Yeah, I'm going to get overwhelmed, but it'll be okay. We can kind of make up for it. And I need to retrain these units anyway. That's what I didn't need, was to get hit with a javelin volley. Let's take out these mercenary steppe raiders. Let's go over into standard shot and waste these horse archers. And we're going to wrap up over here. Let's get our general. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of javelins headed towards my general. I've only got the one infantry unit. We're going to be lucky to get my general out of that alive, to be honest. Just keep pulling all this over. Let's get all our horse archers actually over here right now and put them onto heavy shot. Do not fire at will. Okay, all my infantry for the most part has routed off the field, and there's a lot of enemies left and a lot of enemy javelins left. So we're just going to have to do our best to use our horse archers and other units to kind of force an engagement of our choosing here. We can't charge in my general anymore, unfortunately, because he'll die, quite possibly at least. So I'm going to use what's left of my horse archer ammo and then run some cycle charges. But this is the danger of those Germanic levy. They're not particularly good units, but those javelins, as you saw, were killing sometimes 30 of my men on the charge. I mean, the javelin damage was extreme. Let's actually bring my horses up here and force the enemy to come uphill at me. So if we turn them around, they should continue to be tired. We'll charge downhill with our cavalry and break what's left of them. Again, though, the javelins are going to be potentially a very serious issue. Like right here, I'm about to get my general javelined. very dangerous situation for me. Though we did manage to kill those Germanic axemen. My horse archers have gotten a substantial number of kills. Very nice. Some of them must have gotten caught or javelined or something for a second. But we can use them for charging as well, to inflict rear charge penalties. Enemy horse archers don't have a ton of ammo left. Let's actually do this. Let's get all of our horse archers and our general behind the enemy. And then keep my melee cav in front of the enemy. So that we can try and hit them from 2 directions at once. And we'll make sure that the timing works out. I'm not too worried about the enemy horse archers, it's just 1 unit. Here we go. Now we've kind of got the enemy surrounded. My cavalry ought to be well rested. The enemy infantry ought to be well exhausted. And what little ammo I have left is being poured into these Germanic levies, so that's good. Again, every one of them that dies is a little bit less javelins. And I'm going to wait till they get fairly close so that I can charge them without them having a chance to brace. Let's go ahead and just set up walking charge orders. But the AI knows when you've clicked a charge order, and so they will brace accordingly. See, right there. And see how when I retreat, they come out immediately and fire their javelins. So it's kind of annoying because you have to kind of charge the AI at the last second. They are quite aware when you've clicked an attack order, which is honestly kind of frustrating. And like I said, these Germanic levy are not very dangerous in and of themselves, but the fact that they can just hurl extremely damaging javelins at you does make them somewhat deadly. So I'm going to charge in, see if we can hit the enemy. Actually, let's get around the enemy general. I'm going to leave some of my units engaged and just see if we can inflict rear charge penalties with our horse archers and cause the chain route that we need. It's already kind of working because we caused a lot of initial damage, and it looks like it's gonna work. I think I accidentally just muted some of the game sounds. There's a button, like a hotkey, that I accidentally push sometimes, and it's muting certain things. There we go. So yeah, now we've got the full effect of the rear charges taking place, and pretty much all enemy units are now routing. We have a few spearmen left, and they have javelins, and they're in the vicinity of my general, so that is actually a somewhat dangerous situation for me. But he's going to get away. And their general is still alive, and some of their spears are trying to come back from routing, so let's hit them before they can really regroup. And we'll just keep running down their fleeing men. And as more and more of their men... Okay, enemy general is dead, which is... Oh, they must have had another general's unit, because I was like, there's still 120 men in that unit. Germanic levy fighting down to the last man there. Let's take our mounted warband in. I really need to get some more steppe lancers eventually. Those guys would be great for this type of role. The ones I have are pretty damaged. It's going to take me a few turns to retrain, but my purpose was to start destroying these units anyway, so might as well do so. And they are going to be killing my Hunnic warband, so it's time that we get in here with the rear charge. And then we're just going to hit the enemy general with everything we have. We'll once again go down into Horde Cam and watch my gallant Hunnic soldiers decimating the enemy general. You can see the Germanic nobles there. Again, very disappointed in the blood pack. It is... I'm not trying to say this to be mean. I'm as big a fan of the Creative Assembly in Total War as anybody who ever has been. And the blood pack just isn't... It's very underwhelming. So I don't mind having a DLC blood pack. I kind of get it. Some people think that it's just stupid, but no, it's for game ratings. You can rate the blood pack a different rating than the actual game, and it helps because there are some people who aren't able to buy the game if it's a certain rating. You know, they may have parental guidelines from their parents or something like that. So I totally get that, and I'm fine with it because it's an add-on. I don't mind buying. It's fine. But at the same time, you look at the Blood Pack from Shogun 2. Shogun 2 had like an anime art style, and the Blood Pack was an anime art style. You look at Rome 2, it was a little less impressive, but it was still good. It added like this blood and gore that was a little darker than what it was in Shogun 2. It's a little more animated in Shogun 2, a little more realistic looking in Rome 2. And then it comes to Attila, and it's like a toned down version of that. And Attila, like the rest of it, things are on fire. There's disease, there's apocalypse, there's all this stuff going on. And then there's like this kind of like, it's kind of like a rated PG Blood Pack we're going to throw in here. And look, I'm no fan of gore, really. I don't even typically like games that have gore in them, just as a personal preference. But I'm just saying, it's just weak. It doesn't fit the style of the game. And I really think that they owe it to the fans to make changes to it and re-release it. Again, I'm not complaining about pricing or the fact that you released it as a DLC. I just don't think the work is up to par with what I've seen Creative Assembly do in the past. And again, I'm not saying this to be mean. I like the work they do. I like the people who work there, and I like doing things with them. But like I said, I'm honestly just a little disappointed. I expected better. And it's constructive criticism that I'm trying to give here. And I mean it in a constructive way, as a fan who loves the series and wants the series to succeed. And honestly, I want Creative Assembly to succeed because I want you to keep making Total War games. So yes, all of that meant in a constructive manner. So hopefully you all know what I'm getting at. But yeah, it's definitely something that I feel like that they need to improve it. I think what they released isn't good enough. That said, let's get on to other things, because I don't like to be one of those people too to be like, oh geez, this guy just goes on and on whining. No, I don't want to be a whiner. I love the game. And it's probably passion that drives me to say this stuff more than it is anything to do with whining. So I guess I'm passionate about it. Like I said, I want it to be successful. All right, let's take this army out of camp and see if we can finish off this Grithungian army or whatever these guys are that got away just barely. Otherwise, that army just got some very nice kills and did a great job in that battle. And they are going to flee back across the Danube, and I'm going to put my guys into... Well, I just went a little too far, so I'm actually going to suffer some winter attrition here, unfortunately. None of this says winter attrition, though. Well, yeah, that area does. If we get into the trees, I think it might take away some of that winter attrition from me. Yeah, good. So... there, we'll just leave my guys there for now. It's going to drop my income a little because they're not settled down into... Oh, I do still have a priest here. I knew I did. Or a shaman, whatever he's called.
Are you sure that's all?
So that's kind of cool. The shaman can, like, rally troops, huh? Let's use the shaman to do that, and maybe we can build up some experience for the shaman. Might be kind of fun.
How can I help?
And let's see, that spy... Here's the other spy. Let's send this spy to support this army.
Ever watchful.
I don't know what the spy does in actually supporting the army, so I'm kind of curious to see. Is there like a tooltip somewhere that tells me scout ahead? Yeah, I guess he's scouting ahead. Campaign movement range by 10%. That's cool. That's kind of neat, how the agents can support the army like that. I like it. Let's see, is there anything that this encamped group needs to build or do? Let's see what we've got. We've got a felt maker on the way, which is going to increase our income. We probably need some more food at some point, so I'll just wait for the growth to catch up, and we can do that. I am enjoying the Hun campaign. Tell me what you all like in campaign, and once we kind of get caught up on some Attila campaigns, because the game is new, I want to get some campaigns cranked out so you all can see it. I'm going to have to retreat here with this army. I don't know if I'll be able to, because that is a long move to cross a river and do all that crap. I highly question that the Alans can actually move that far and still attack. Highly question that. But now they're within the attack range of my next army there, and I will definitely take advantage of that. Yeah, that was extremely questionable in my opinion. We'll see. Maybe they have some kind of buffs or something. Yeah, tell me what you all like in the Attila campaign. I enjoy the Sassanid, the Hun, and the Ostrogoths quite a lot. They're all a little bit different. Obviously, I'd like to try a Celt campaign at some point, and I don't know, some other stuff. But I also was thinking about, and not necessarily making it super frequent, because some of the older campaigns are better than others, but I was thinking about throwing like an older game campaign in occasionally as well, if you all thought that would be interesting. Let's see. So we have duty calls. The force needs leadership. Patchy's pain trains. We got a champion rider, which would be pretty cool. A marksman, but let's see. This guy Optar, and then -1 cunning. It's not too bad. We've got all these Hunnic generals, and we'll do this. I don't have any reason to put anybody from any other faction in. Let's go ahead and put Ruga here. He's got some good qualities, even though he's a little older.
Come, sit, share my fire.
So basically, an Allen agent almost assassinated one of my characters. We have some wavering loyalty that we need to fix. So unfortunately, one of my characters just got nearly assassinated. Was it Kurdiak? Or Uden? Ulden? No, it was this guy that just got wounded. Jerks. So I'll put him back in his army when we get the chance, but let's see where that wavering loyalty was. Let's check it out. Go back in here to the messages. Wavering loyalty, Sheraton. Let's see, where are you at, buddy? Buddy, old boy. This guy, he's the guy that got wounded. Maybe he's less loyal. He's like, hey, dude, I just got knifed. I'm not feeling real loyal right now. And who can blame the poor guy? Who can blame him? Can his own wife secure his loyalty? No. Look at me trying to get cheap on that. Because, yeah, he won't want to kill his own wife, right? Do I dare use my faction leader's wife? I will. She's 69 years old. She's lived a good life. What? Oh, they're wounded. I can't do anything while he's wounded. I guess that makes sense. Like, hey, dude, come on, wake up for your stabbing, bleed out coma. I need to secure your loyalty a little. Yeah, we won't worry about messing with anybody else or anything else until we need to. So let's see. This warlord can rank up, and we've just been unlocking some new skills. We got enables trap on foreign agents, sabotage buildings, sabotage army. Now that's cool. Definitely cool. We'll unlock that. So I've got a lot of skills opened up on that, on the warlord now that could be potentially helpful. Siege over here continues on Constantinople. We've got at least one more turn before we have any towers, and we probably can go ahead and try it, but I want to try and actually build up some siege equipment and do this right. Okay, so this army is now on the march. Let's see what's in it. Oh, no, that's not the army that I want to be on. Well, they're retraining. This is the army that I want. I fled away with an army that wasn't beat up. Ah, jeez. That was confusing. I thought the... Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to get that confused. You're probably like, Air, why'd you just retreat from the Allens? Good question. I don't really know myself. Well, we are going to catch the Allens here. They do have some Sarmatian spears. We'll have to watch out. I don't want those getting a hold of my horse archers. But I've got these Hunnic spears, which are not great units, but they're going to be probably a little more sturdy than my Hunnic tribes people. And there's honestly not a lot of infantry for the Allens, and that's not going to bode well for them. Because when it comes to early game cavalry, I'm pretty sure the Huns are going to have the edge. Even though the Huns' late game cavalry and the type of stuff you'd use in multiplayer is pretty underwhelming. Early game in campaign, the Huns definitely have some punch to them. Like I said, the Germanic levy is really only a threat to my cavalry in the sense that in numbers it can just throw more javelins than my guys can handle. But other than that, it's not really a big threat. You can just charge into it and smash it. Okay. Hun charge, Hun smash, as the Huns would say. I do have these noble Akatziri raiders just because I could afford them. That ought to be a pretty fun cavalry unit. We're going to bring these guys from the downhill. And then we'll bring these guys from the other side. May still be able to get downhill charges. And then we got all our skirmish cav here in the center. I'm going to leave my guys on flaming shot because we're mostly against squishy targets here. I would switch over to heavy shot if I felt like I'd be targeting more infantry, but I'm probably going to be targeting a lot of, like I said, squishier targets. I have to run the attack, so let's do so. And I will probably fast forward once I get my orders issued, and I'll try and get you some horde cam here too. I'm hoping we can lure some of the enemy cav off. We certainly don't want the hurlers to get a lot of shots at our horse archers. They would do pretty well there. Hurlers are going to do good against enemies with poor block chance and not much armor. Which, you'd be like, anything can do good against units with poor block chance and not much armor. Yes, this is true, but just stating that from a niche type standpoint, that's where the hurlers balance into the game. Let's let our infantry get rested. These guys have pretty good stamina. Of course, they are running downhill as well, so that kind of makes sense. Again, we're just going to spread wide. It'll make the enemy missiles less effective. And I'm not going to run. I'll just go ahead and fast forward as they walk forward. And then we will just horde bum rush these guys. Basically just fixing the AI in the center with our spears while outflanking. And if they turn to my cav and ignore the spears, then we'll have them. AI is starting to move around a little bit, so let's go ahead and run our spears up to position. Don't expect too terribly much damage out of these archers, though. I mean, I don't have particularly great infantry, so their block chance is probably nothing special. And we're pushing forward. Oh, the enemy hasn't laid anything other than a turd in their pants. Alright. I got my flaming shot all readied up. Let's go ahead and push up. And let's see, let's get some horde cam real quick for the first flaming volley. Oh yeah! So we're gonna light up the forest where the enemy's at. I'm actually gonna let them stand there. I'm gonna just keep my spears right outside the forest, and I'll just go into a shield wall. Oh, I didn't quite get into shield wall because those. Okay, I'm just pouring flaming shot into the forest, and it's going to be bad. Where it's on fire, the enemy will die from the fire itself. Let's get in here and support that cav unit. So if the AI wants to forest camp, I'll just burn them out. And the enemy cavalry is going to get surrounded and destroyed over here. It's kind of hard to tell certain units apart. You know what I might be able to do? It would be kind of weird on the color scheme, but I think there's an option. And I'll turn it on and you all tell me what you think. So if you go to game settings, and I think it's alliance coloring, we'll go back in here, back and resume battle, and it should color, like the enemies will be colored red, and my guys will be yellowish. So if that gets annoying, you all can tell me, but tell me what you think. Like, does it help you see the game better, is what I'm looking to know. Yeah, you can see all the enemy units in here. It just basically means that every enemy will be red. You don't really have faction coloring. I kind of don't like that they didn't have some faction coloring here. Alright, let's go ahead and go out of shield wall and support this fight. But the rest of these Huns that are sitting here in the woods, I'm just going to let my horse archers rain on them. No reason not to. My horse archers are just raining crap in here with an absolute impunity. And it's doing a great deal of damage. Yeah, we're going to end up chasing off the enemy cav here. And as it disengages, it's going to get destroyed. Alright. Enemy generals coming in to engage me. Let's double up on it with spears. And then they got the AI over here charging its mercenary Jav cav into my spear walls, which is a pretty pitiful attempt. And you can see that most of the AI units now routing. The enemy cav actually got almost shot to death while trying to engage. Get my horse archers out. Off fire at will, because I'm going to kill my own cav. Okay.
The enemy is attacking our general.
And let's see. So the enemy is pretty much dead. And let's let my Hun warlord do some killing here as well. Might go into like warlord cam here, though I do need to get a quick rear charge to support. So let's get warlord cam fired up. So
Down
Yeah.
the courage. Back to the
Here's
fight.
the Hun warlord chasing down these enemy forces there. So again, tell me what you think of the alliance coloring. I'm okay either way, to be honest, but it is very hard to tell units apart on this game. Oh, I got attacked by axes in the center, and they did some damage to me, understandably. Yeah, we've pretty much caught the AI everywhere back here. There are some enemy infantry units that we need to go ahead and deal with. Get out of shield wall, please. So we'll just surround and destroy. The enemy general is almost dead. The rear attack on those Germanic nobles was all we needed. And chase those guys up against the red line, and then horse archers get a specific attack order on the pikes.
Fight, damn you.
And let's just charge these Sarmatian spears real quick. They shouldn't survive. Yeah, that's not going to go well for the Sarmatian spears. And then we'll just go ahead and charge into those Germanic warband, and that shouldn't go well for them either. Yep, that's how you do some Germanic axe bowling. And then this is how you burn pikemen out of the forest, apparently. These guys are not going to be in good shape here. Yeah, check out the
Breaking off.
forest basically on fire around these guys. Oh yeah, that's Hun style right there, baby. Flaming arrowed to death, I like it.
The enemy general is victory.
So that'll be the second victory for the Huns in this one. So we've continued the siege at Constantinople, beaten back 3 enemy stacks with heavy losses to them, some losses to me as well, but perfectly retrainable type units and stuff that I can actually improve as we go along, because I have some better economic structure and everything coming into play soon. So this is the point at which we need to start being a little more bold where possible, and like I said, only losing 1 Hun spear unit there while inflicting terrible losses on our enemies. We're gonna kill the captives.
Ready for more orders. Sword of my people. Warriors.
And we're going to actually chase these guys down and destroy them. It's possible this is the last stack for the Allans, though it's unlikely. AI usually has many, many stacks. Little blood on the campaign ground, that's good.
Gods be praised. Excitement.
Okay, so we actually have enough left to camp here as well, which is nice. And if we have to, we can flee if we get attacked by another enemy stack, but I think we'll be okay.
How can I help?
We're going to support the army. This priest, I think, will raise our morale. Let's take a look, see what his effect is. Inspired troops. No, it's just integrity. Hey, whatever. It works for now. The general has upgrade points. This is that new general that we just put in here, so we'll start off by giving him the plus zeal. Not that zeal's going to be, or that integrity is going to be an issue, so it would appear. +2 integrity when encamped, +4 integrity when raiding. We don't need the raiding integrity. Recruitment cost, -6 for foreign levy units. That could be cool. Up to -12%. Extra movement speed, 6%. Not a huge deal. Let's just do the integrity when camped. And let's see, captive. Let's go here next. There we go. So Patchy's Pain Train's been upgraded. We're doing good for now. Looks like we could go ahead and build some more buildings in our camp. I'll take care of that next time. Hope you all enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage signing off for now. See you soon.